Hello everyone, and welcome to this video explaining the strongest Pokemon of every type. Now before I get into this, I would just like to point out that this video is not based on opinion, but rather breaking down the Pokemon of each type, and looking at their total stats, individual stats, special abilities, movesets, and type weaknesses to find the strongest, fastest, and downright best Pokemon of every single type. So if you really want the best possible team to ram through those regions, continue watching this video. Before I start, however, I do have a few little disclaimers. This video was super hard to make, seeing that I had to go through every Pokemon of every type and factoring their stat total, individual stats, special abilities, movesets, and type weaknesses. So not every Pokemon will be 100% the absolute best of its type, but this list is as close as I could possibly get to it. Now this list does not include legendaries or mega evolutions. Also, sorry for any mispronunciations of the later gen Pokemon, as I'm only really confident with gens 1 to 4. So for anyone that wants to scroll down and write, "Oh my god, he said Noodle instead of Weedle, disliked," just keep your pants on and realize that it's just a boo-boo. Also, I said this video took a lot of time and effort to make to benefit you guys, so all I'm going to ask is that you please like and sub, I'm begging you. But all jokes aside, let's just get into this video. So first up is the best bug Pokemon. Now, for this video, I also forgot to mention that there will be a few different candidates for the top spot. You can choose and pick what you want depending on what kind of moves that they have or stats that you prefer for your party. I've just gone on what I think the best Pokemon is for a whole range of people and the larger scale. So, starting off with the bug Pokemon, to kick this off, we have Scizor. He takes damage from fire alone, and he has very high stats. But unfortunately, Volcarona takes damage from rock, flying, and water, and boasts the total stats above Scizor. So this kind of depends, but if I were you, I would probably go for Volcarona. The best dark Pokemon comes down to Tyranitar and Hydreigon. Now, Tyranitar takes damage from fighting grass, water, ground, bug, steel, and fairy, so he has a very large range of weaknesses here, unfortunately has been ranked down quite a bit. So Hydreigon has got to take this, seeing as he is only weak to fighting, bug, fairy, ice, and dragon, and he also knows Levitate, also has a higher total stat count. The best fire Pokemon has got to be Arcanine. He has extremely high stats, and he boasts good speed and amazing power. He only takes damage from water, ground, and rock, but there is quite a strong second candidate. Magmortar takes damage from water, ground, and rock, much like Arcanine, but just simply doesn't have all the special abilities and high stats that Arcanine has. Charizard and Infernape are both very close candidates as well, but couldn't quite outmatch Arcanine or Magmortar. The best flying Pokemon has got to be Dragonite. He takes damage from Ice, Rock, Dragon, and Fairy alone, and he has an amazing stat count that can compete with even legendaries. Secondly, there's Salamence, who takes damage from Ice, Dragon, Fairy, and Rock, much like Dragonite. He has very high stats, but couldn't quite compete with Dragonite. Another notable mention is Archeops, who takes damage from water, electric, steel, rock, and ice, but still couldn't quite defeat Dragonite or Salamence at their high stats. The best ghost Pokemon, not many of you are going to be happy about this, is not Gengar. It is actually Aegislash, who takes damage from fire, ground, ghost, and dark. Gengar takes damage from Ghost, Dark, Ground, and Psychic, and he also knows Levitate. Now, you can kind of choose and pick which one you want. With Aegislash you can change forms and he has different movesets, but Gengar does know Levitate and he is quite the fan favourite, so you can kind of pick and choose which one you want here. Nonetheless, they are both extremely strong and the best in their type. The best grass Pokemon was quite unexpected. You might be thinking Venusaur or Sceptile or something like that, but it's actually Tangrowth, as he takes damage from fire, ice, poison, flying, and bug. And Tangrowth also has extremely high stats, good defense, and nice moves. Secondly, we have Exeggutor. who takes damage from fire, ice, poison, flying, bug, ghost, and dark. Now, he's susceptible to quite a few super effective types, but he does have very high stats and very good moves, and he also has the subtype of Psychic. Sceptile also comes in here as a very notable candidate, having lower susceptible types than Executor and very good moves, and he's also quite the fan favorite. The best dragon Pokemon is Garchomp. He takes damage from Ice, Dragon, and Fairy alone, and has extremely high stats, and to boost a Mega Evolution. Now Kingdra is also a close second, along with Haxorus, which Haxorus in my opinion is an awesome looking Pokemon, one of my favorites. But Kingdra has to take this one as he's only susceptible to Fairy and Dragon for super effective moves. The best electric Pokemon has to be Electivire, who only takes damage from ground. A very close second has got to be Luxray or Jolteon, and they both only take damage from ground, and they both boast extremely high stats, but Electivire has got to take this one as he has amazing moves, amazing stats, and just an all-round good Pokemon for any team. Best fighting Pokemon has got to be Blaziken, who takes damage from water, ground, flying, and psychic. Lucario is a very close second, but he can't quite beat the stats of Blaziken, and the moves as well as the sub-type of fire. And Heracross is a very close third, but couldn't quite beat Blaziken or Lucario. The best ground Pokemon is kind of up to your opinion or how you would like your party to run. You have Rhyperior, and we have Hippowdon. Now, Rhyperior takes damage from water, grass, fighting, ground, steel, and ice, and Hippowdon takes only damage from water, grass, and ice. They both have extremely high stats and can learn great moves. However, it's up to your choice of what you would like in your party. The best ice Pokemon is no surprise Lapras, who takes damage from electric, grass, fighting, and rock. Close second and third are Mamoswine and Vanillux. Mamoswine takes damage from fire, fighting, steel, water, and grass, and Vanillux takes damage from fire, fighting, rock, and steel, much like Mamoswine. Lapras has extremely high stats, great moves, great defense, and can also be learned Surf. He's a fan favorite Pokemon and an amazing choice for your party. Now, the best normal Pokemon, you'd actually be quite surprised, as Slaking boasts extremely high stats that can be rivaled with some of the top legendaries, including Mew, Groudon, and many more. Now, but the only problem is, Slaking has a special ability that only allows him to attack every second turn, but when he does attack, he attacks at an extremely high power. Now, you can either choose this, or it's up to you, but you can choose Snorlax. He's a fan favorite Pokemon with extremely high stats. He has Hyper Beam, Earthquake, and can learn many strong moves, and he is excellent when it comes down to his health. Porygon Z also takes the third spot as a very good normal Pokemon, but couldn't quite match Slaking or Snorlax. The best poison Pokemon has got to come down to Muck or Crobat. Now, Muck has almost second to none no type weaknesses. He only takes damage from ground and psychic, where Crobat takes damage from rock, electric, ice, and psychic. Now, these two can kind of go hand in hand, as Crobat has higher stats, but he can take damage from a lot more types at super effective damage, and Muck cannot. Close third, fourth, and fifth has got to be Nidoqueen, Nidoking, and Venusaur. The best psychic Pokemon is Metagross, who takes damage from fire, ground, and ghost, as long as Espeon, who takes damage from bug, ghost, and dark. But Metagross has higher stats, boasting its 600 total stat count. And Glade is a very strong third, who is also a part fighting, with Fairy, Ghost, and Flying as it's being its only weaknesses. The best rock Pokemon is Gigalith, who takes damage from water, grass, fighting, steel, and ground. Now, close second and third is Rampardos, who takes damage from water, grass, fighting, steel, and ground also, and Tyrantrum, who takes damage from ice, fighting, steel, ground, dragon, and fairy. Now, Gigalith is very strong, he boasts high stats, and is all round just a great Pokemon. So, if you want this guy in your party, it can be a bit difficult considering that he has got quite a few weaknesses to types, but that's what you're going to get from a rock Pokemon. But there are enough Pokemon in this list to choose and pick for your party that you would like most. The best Steel Pokemon has to be Aggron. Now, Aggron can take damage from fighting, ground, and water, so he doesn't actually have many weaknesses. A close second is Steelix and Empoleon, but these guys just cannot compete with Aggron's high stats. The best water Pokemon has got to be the fan favorite Blastoise, who only takes damage from electric and grass. Now, Gyarados is a very close second, and Feraligatr a very close third, but they both cannot compete with Blastoise's high stats and defense. The best fairy Pokemon comes down to either Flogress or Togekiss. Now, they both take damage from poison and steel, but Togekiss can also take damage from electric, rock, and ice. Now, Togekiss does boast higher stats than Flogress, but it's really up to you. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry that this video may not be that great. I'm still really getting into this, but if you liked it and want to see more, then you can just leave a comment or like or sub, and that lets me know that you would like me to continue doing these kind of videos, or just any videos in general. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you. Bye.